podcast dedicated to informing you about the toy we all love, Lego.
Half of the movie is watchable, and the other half is listenable.
As planned, I learned a lot of different things about what to do and what not to do as far as stop motion animation is concerned.
We've got some exciting news, interesting topics, and I think this is gonna be a good show. Today I'm joined once again by Gabriel Clift, and how's it going, man? What type of brick film and stuff have you been doing?
Lots and lots. Mostly working on my Hobbit film, which, by the way, for you out there who don't know what that is, I'm making a feature-length brick film. That's my own adaptation of the Hobbit story. And it won't be out anytime soon, but I sure love working on it, and I sure hope that you guys will love to see it when it comes out in a long time from now. But I will be uploading lots of clips and stuff. And that's mostly what I'm working on. And I do, though, want to get back working on the Lost Kingdom 2, which is a series that I was doing. So.
Okay. And do you want to tell our listeners about your Lord of the Rings project?
Yes, I do. Me and another one of my YouTube friends have always had this idea to do a collaboration and get a bunch of bird filmers together and make a feature-length movie. And I came up with an idea for it, which is really crazy, and it would take forever to make, but I think it would be really cool if we did it. It's the idea that we all worked together and made a Lord of the Rings feature brick film, which is kind of like my Hobbit movie, except it's an adaptation of Lord of the Rings. So, if any of you out there are brick filmers and you're interested in helping out with this project, I would be very glad, and you can help us out, and we'll help you out and include your scene in our movie.
Okay. If they want to get in contact with you, how should they go about doing that?
You can always personal message me on my YouTube channel, or email me at gabeclift@gmail.com.
Okay, that sounds awesome. So, I've still been working on my Star Wars video thing.
Yep.
I'm kind of changing the music around a little bit to see what's gonna work. I'm still about halfway done because I've extended the length of it to about, I think, 3.5 minutes, and I think I'm probably gonna stay there. Since that's about
cool.
I think that's about what most trailers are, is about 3.5 minutes from what I've seen, so I'm gonna do something.
I would have guessed a little shorter than that for a trailer, but still sounds nice. Because that's actually good that it's longer. More content.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, so
I would have guessed most trailers are around like 2 minutes or something, but anyway.
Yeah, it's something like between 2.5 to 3.5 minutes long or something like that. But yeah, so I'm kind of changing. I'm trying to see how dark I really want to make the brick film. Do I want to make it more of a Revenge of the Sith brick film where all these people are getting killed and it's just this dark music and you feel this overwhelming sense of dread for the characters, or is it a more lighthearted trailer? I think I'm probably gonna go a little darker, though. It'll be more dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are actually kind of mostly the two brick film genre. Because there's a lot more when you go to like film and stuff. There's a lot more genres. There's like documentary, drama, but with Lego videos, it's almost always either comedy or action, and I actually like that because those are like my two favorite genres. So it's not like there's any restriction to having most brick filmers just going by those two genres. Yeah.
Yeah. So, been doing some animation with it, which I've posted up on my Google Plus page, which you can go check out. Just search in Google Plus for Canaan May. That's CANAANMAY. So, yeah, if you want to find out what I'm doing, you can go over there and check it out. And I've got plans also for another video after this one. It'll be a Lord of the Rings video. Not gonna say what it is yet, but I'll basically say this, that it's from the extended edition of the Lord of the Rings Return of the King. So
Really? I thought it was Fellowship of the Ring.
No, that was the almost 15-minute brick film that has yet to be completed, but hopefully I'll be able to complete it yet later. So yeah, and then I've got I've got a plan for a video after that. So it'll be another Star Wars video, hopefully, and and I'm gonna do something different in the show. I'm going to hint at it during the show. So if you hear me, for the listeners out there, if you hear me mention a Star Wars character from episodes 1, 2, or 3 that died in one of those films, that'll be a hint as to what the brick film will be about. So,
wow, nice. You plan this out, huh?
uh-huh. So, if you figure it out, Gabriel, though, don't.
I know. I won't.
Okay. So, yeah, so I've been planning that for a little bit, so I decided I'd do it for this episode. So, yeah. Alright, so I did you have a brick film of the week?
Brick film of the week. I don't know. It's always hard to pick these, huh? There's just too many to pick from, but the only problem is though that there are many weeks that go by without having a brick film out. So is it possible to say one that wasn't this week?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes it easier. Or harder, because then there's more options. No. I might say... You know what? I know what I'm going to say. Well, for those of you that watched Fancy Pants' video about the real Lego movies, and he showed a bunch of brick films, like clips of brick films in that one, by a bunch of different people, I would undoubtedly say, it was from one of the clips of the brick films on there, The Machine by Suburban Studios. That was amazing.
Oh yeah, that was...
Did you see that?
That was actually going to be my brick film of the week, but it got bumped by another brick film that I decided for, so...
Oh, okay. I was seriously amazed. I had to know what that guy did because it's smoother than, I don't know, Brotherhood Shop. It looks amazing. I looked at it at his channel and he says he does 25 frames per second, which is, really high for a video, but he said that was the only frame per second that his audio software allows, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Still, though, it's so smooth. And he even said also that he adds motion blur in Adobe After Effects to make it look even smoother than it already is. So that blew my mind. And I had to watch all of his other videos. I watched the black and blue one. That was amazing. The way he did all the different colors of the bricks. Have you seen that one?
Not yet, but
you gotta watch his videos, man. They're amazing.
I'll probably do that after the show. Now that you've recommended them. So,
okay.
Since I am in Wi-Fi currently, I'm able to watch videos. So, I'll probably be spending a lot of my time watching a whole bunch of brick films. So,
yeah, maybe I'll try to upload a video for you sometime so you can watch. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
The only thing is, though, I'm not close to done with any video right now. In fact, for those of you who are subscribed to my channel out there, just a warning, I probably won't be uploading very many videos at all for a while. I know, sad, but it's just because I'm working on a big chunk of the Hobbit film that most of it I actually want to keep secret. So, probably not much will be happening, but anyway.
Okay. Does this include your Dol Guldur scene?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm working on right now.
That was awesome. How you green screened the background and had Gandalf with the staff. It was lit up. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, all the amazing green screen work goes to Hit Film for credit, because they have some amazing tools on green screening. It seriously looks so good just because of that software, and probably because I'm using the Sony Handycam to capture it, but yeah.
Okay, so my brick film of the week is Lego Star Wars Battlefront by Spencer Olsen. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen that.
I
should go see that.
You gotta check it out. It's based around, I think, the video game Star Wars Battlefront, but
yeah, I've played that before.
Yeah. So it's really neat. He keeps switching the snowtrooper, which is kind of the central character for the brick film, in between just kind of running around to a first-person shooter viewpoint from him.
Nice.
And he's got target sensors and stuff, scanners with minifigures, like holographic minifigures floating in the side of the camera and stuff, and awesome lightsaber effects and blaster effects, and
nice.
He's got a scene.
I've actually heard of.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Oh, well, I said I actually heard about his channel, but I never actually got around to checking out his videos. He sounds pretty cool. And when you said first-person shooter, that reminded me. Have you seen Make Noise Man's video of the Nazi zombies?
Oh, yeah.
That was really cool. That was another first-person shooter thing.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Make Noise Man, is he your brother? Because you both have the same last name.
No,
May, Brendan May. No, I'm kidding. I know you're not. I'm just joking.
No, he lives up in Canada, and I lived all the way down here in Mississippi, so I don't know, maybe distant cousins, but to our knowledge, no.
I'm just joking. I know you're not, but I just thought, it's a nice coincidence.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of which, to the listeners, last week, or last episode, I should say, I did an interview with Brendan May, Make Noise Man, so go check that out if you're interested.
Yeah, go watch that. I saw the beginning of that, but, of course, all episodes are extremely long. No, I'm just kidding. No, but, that's another video I have to watch. I have a lot of things to watch and comment. Which, by the way, do you ever get in that state where you're like overwhelmed with stuff to watch, and you don't know when to, watch it? And sometimes you're almost annoyed because you just want to work on your own stuff. It's not that I'm annoyed that they're videos, because a lot of them are great. It's just that sometimes it's like you almost feel the pressure to make a comment or something.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is, the reason why a lot of people get annoyed at me because I don't comment on videos is that my iPod is not connected to my Google Plus, so I cannot make a comment on my iPod. I have to go to my computer to make it. And my iPod is always with me, so I usually watch the videos on my iPod, and then I forget to go to the computer, go to subscriptions, go to the video, and then make a comment. So it's quite stressful sometimes. No. So, and the thing is, I really appreciate the videos. They look awesome. It's just that, I watch them and I'm like, wow, that's great. And then I forget to go to my computer and make a comment, so.
Yeah, I don't really comment too much on videos. I guess I don't take the time. I normally, if I support the video, I'll like it, but that'll kind of go into the topic for this week as well. So we'll discuss about this a little bit more. But yeah, so go check out the Lego Star Wars Battlefront video. It should be the first thing that pulls up when you search for Lego Star Wars Battlefront. So really awesome. Alright, I guess we'll be moving on to the news. First up is that we will be getting the Lego Movie 2 in 2017.
That's applause. Are you confused? I just started clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's May 26, 2017 is the official release date. So, yeah, I can't really comment too much on it because, well, they haven't really given out any information. But
They have something about Duplo. Did you read the article?
I must have forgot. What I did read it. What did they say about Duplo?
They said that at the end of the Lego movie. I haven't even seen. I have.
That was awful. This is.
I know.
Wait. We need to put a spoiler notice here. Okay, if you don't want a spoiler for the Lego movie, skip ahead.
Turn off.
2 minutes or something. You've been warned. Don't comment below saying, "Oh, you ruined the Lego movie for me." Just skip ahead for like 2 minutes or something. Alright. Yes. Yeah, the Duplo people did show up at the end of the Lego movie, so yeah, I guess some people are saying, "Oh no, now Duplo's gonna be the bad guys or something," but hopefully, well, I don't want to spoil it for you too much either, but, I'll go as far as to say that, yes, the Duplo characters did appear at the end, and that's basically it, so.
But did they say that they were, like, bad guys or whatever?
Yes, they had, like, little toddler voices, and they were like, "We have come here to attack you and take over your world." It was awful. And then, you know, and then all the minifigures were just staring there with their mouths open. And, yeah.
That's horrible. Come on.
Well,
Um,
I will say this. It was better than if Friends had showed up with, you know, ponies or something like.
that would have been terrible.
Like, you know, we are from Rohan on our ponies. We have come to see Gandalf.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
But yeah, so hopefully no more of them in the next movie, but yeah. So I guess it's in production. Hopefully the next one will focus more on not on Batman and Superman, cuz that was kind
Yeah.
of bad. And Batman wasn't like the normal Batman in the movie. He was a little more cocky and,
I bet.
you know, he
That's what he looked like in the movie trailer.
uh-huh. He was he was not such a good guy, I guess, as he normally is, but oh well.
Yeah, they need more Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes. Star Wars
That's
had like 2 minutes where they showed up in the Falcon, and they actually had the actors for the characters who had played in the original films, except for Harrison Ford, who played Han Solo. But and then Gandalf had a short scene where he criticized the main character for not thinking of words to say. So,
That's so Gandalf's character.
but yeah. So hopefully the
Yeah,
Lego. What?
since you saw it, is there actually stop motion in it?
No, I think it's 100% CGI, except for a small part at the end, which I won't go into details. But
Ooh.
but
I really want to see it now.
yeah. So except for a little part at the end, it's all CGI. But it's so well done. And actually, I'll just say this: that one scene that is not CGI, you'll understand why the rest of the film has to look as real as possible. So I won't go any further than that. So, alright, I guess we should move on before I start giving a whole review on the movie and spoiling it for people.
Man, I knew I should have called in sick today.
The LEGO Star Wars Sandcrawler Ultimate Collector Series is supposed to be revealed at a LEGO convention.
That sounds really cool.
Oh yeah. Back in 2005, we had the original LEGO Sandcrawler, which was $150, and it came with like 3 Jawas, a whole bunch of droids, and stuff. And it was pretty big. But this one, if it's going to be an Ultimate Collector set, they're saying it's going to be from $300 to $400.
Whoa.
So this is going to probably dwarf the $150 one. And they're saying it's going to possibly replace the Death Star on Lego.com. So they may discontinue the Death Star maybe a month or so before it comes out, and then they'll bring out the Sandcrawler to kind of replace it.
Wow.
And keep it up for like 8 or so years, because the Death Star has been out for about 7 or 8 years now. So,
Yeah.
But it wouldn't upset me if they discontinued it because, well, I have it. But I do still feel bad for those people who are like, oh no, I still haven't gotten the Death Star, what if it goes out? So I feel bad for those people, because I saved up for like a year and a half for the Death Star.
Wow.
It wasn't too consistent though. I would buy like smaller stuff every once in a while, and once I blew it by spending $95 on a whole bunch of Lego sets on sale. But
Wow.
but other but you know, I eventually did get to $400, and I got it, and it's a really awesome set. But
Wow.
you know, I do still feel bad for those people who are saving up for it, and they're like, "Oh no, it's gonna go out before I get it." So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say this, that even though it might go discontinued, Toys R Us will probably still have it for a couple weeks or months. Walmart will
Yeah.
probably still have it for a couple weeks or months. And
See, that's what I feel. What?
well, I was just gonna
Were you gonna
say,
say something?
like, people on Bricklink and Amazon are also gonna have it up, and for probably less than retail for about maybe a month. Then the price is gonna probably start going up. So I would say after it gets discontinued on LegoShop.com, you have about a month to 3 months to get it before it's discontinued everywhere else, and the price starts going up. So
Yeah, that's how I feel about Helm's Deep. Because I still haven't gotten it. Ah,
uh,
I really need to get that. However, I might actually not need it. If someone else has it and they do that scene in the Lord of the Rings movie, I
yeah,
might not need it.
yeah, but yeah, I think all the original Lord of the Rings sets have now been discontinued.
Yeah.
And I so close to getting all of them. I still kind of want to get all of them, but I don't know. There's so many awesome Star Wars sets coming out. I'm kind of torn between the two, I guess. But the two I didn't get from the first wave was the Orc Forge and the Urkai Army. So
Well, I got those. I was gonna say though, the only problem with not getting Helm's Deep is that now I have this useless, boring Uruk-hai army set that's just gonna sit and collect dust in my room.
well,
So I don't really have anything to do with it. Yeah, I'm 2 sets away too. I don't have the biggest set and I don't have the smallest set. I don't have Gandalf Arrives, but I kind of got away with that by buying on Bricklink. I just bought the sand green Frodo that comes in that set,
yeah.
which is like a different version of Frodo. And I thought, I don't need the cart. I already have like 200 Gandalfs, so just leave the cart. And I got it for like $3. So that would have been an extra $10 that I didn't need to spend if I actually got Gandalf Arrives. So
Yeah. And for the second wave, I'm only missing the pirate ship ambush. So the review said it's really good, but like I said, I'm torn between Lord of the Rings and Star Wars right now. The awesome new Star Wars sets coming out.
Yeah.
We kind of got off topic there, but
I know. It's so easy to get off topic. Sometimes I actually I feel bad. Like, oh my gosh, I'm the show's gonna take forever. I'm steering it away from what it's supposed to be. So no. But I only have the 2 smallest of the second wave, unfortunately, and that really sucks because I want the Black Gate and the pirate ship ambush, but. The thing is, I spend all my money on lamps and other stuff, camera stuff, not Legos. Because I already have a lot of Legos, and
Yeah.
and like Bricklink and stuff like that. But yeah, so I don't have the 2 bigger ones of the second wave.
Well, I mean,
But what
you've still got a year or so before they're out, so hopefully you'll be able to get them.
Yeah, but you know what I will be saving up for is the new Hobbit wave.
Oh yeah,
In
the Lonely
December.
Mountain.
And you know what I'm hoping is that I'll be like saving up all the way until then, and then I'll just go to the store and just put all of them into a cart and just bam, all. I don't know how many there are, but
I think
Just-
there's something like 4 of them, 4 or 5 maybe.
yeah. Or I'll just ask for them for Christmas. That's the shortcut, right?
Yeah. You know, I would love another Jango Fett Slave 1. So, you know.
Yeah.
What I would love to see in the Sandcrawler is we get like 6 Jawas, which are those little short people with the hoods and the black faces and the yellow eyes.
Yeah.
A Chrome C-3PO. Since this is an Ultimate Collector's, I think they need to go all out. Chrome C-3PO. An R2-D2. And part of Luke Skywalker's home with it. Like just one of the houses there. It
Yeah.
comes with Luke Skywalker, his uncle, and his aunt. And a whole bunch of other Lego droids made out of just parts and stuff. Not necessarily minifigure parts, but yeah.
What I would wish is that they wouldn't actually make it the Sandcrawler, but just make it Tatooine, the entire planet. You know, if they're going $300 to $400, maybe include a smaller Sandcrawler
Yeah.
and have like a whole
Mountain range
I don't
or
know.
something.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping for. But I'm probably guessing they won't put part of the Luke Skywalker house there. But I think we will most likely get his uncle, maybe his aunt, and Luke Skywalker. Probably not a Chrome C-3PO though, but oh well. Anyway, moving on, the possibility of the Tumbler from the Dark Knight series, which is the Batman films, coming as an Ultimate Collector set in the Lego Batman line of sets. Basically, a lot of people have been hinting at this, saying that this is going to happen, and then in a behind-the-scenes video of the Lego movie, someone noticed on a designer's desk that there was a tumbler from a Lego tumbler on the desk, which looked to be pretty big. So, for you Batman fans out there, we might be seeing that later this year. And one more thing, I forgot to send this to you, Gabriel, but someone noticed at Toy Fair, New York Toy Fair, that there was a minifigure lamp. There were several minifigure lamps. There was a Batman, a Robin, a Wonder Woman, and a Superman lamp. And then there was a Green Lantern lamp. Now, a couple Comic Cons ago, Lego gave out an exclusive Green Lantern minifigure to a couple hundred people. Well, since then, a lot of people were like, we want a Green Lantern in the sets. Well, now there was a lamp at the Toy Fair that was Green Lantern. So, a lot of people are saying we're going to be getting the Green Lantern this year as well. So,
Why are they only making superhero lamps?
Well, I mean, they've got other lamps as well, though. They've got
Oh, really?
Star Wars lamps, I think even Marvel, maybe some Marvel ones, and Ninjago.
Cool.
Yeah, so,
I wish they had like a Bilbo lamp though.
I don't
That'd
know.
be sweet. Or even like have his sword because it glows.
Oh, yeah,
to-
that would be
To be the
awesome.
actual lamp. Have his sword sting be the lamp. That would be awesome. I would totally buy that.
Oh, yeah. So, for you DC fans out there, possible Green Lantern. Alright, we forgot to talk about this last week, so I'm bringing it up here, is that Lego Kosu has decided to produce the Lego Ghostbusters car that reached 10,000 supports.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of a random thing though. Like, I don't know who would really buy that. Like, I mean, not that it's not cool. I just don't know if I would buy it, because I don't know. There's something about having like a full theme with like 6 or 4 to 6 sets that's really nice. And then when you get the last one, it's like you have all of them. You know?
Oh
And
yeah.
if they're just having one, there's not very much brick filming opportunity, or I don't know. Just
I mean,
putting that.
I think it'll probably be a big seller with more adults than kids, I guess. 1, because it's Kosu, and 2, because it's Ghostbusters. And from what I understand, Ghostbusters was a pretty big thing back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Which I really have no idea about anything about Ghostbusters. But if you're a Ghostbusters fan, then this is a set for you. I can't give you any details on what the minifigures are because I have no idea who they are. But it's a car, and all the people in the sets have a vacuum cleaner or something on their back.
A vacuum cleaner.
A vacuum cleaner or something like that. I think it's something like to suck up the ghosts and put them in there.
I saw a little bit of Ghostbusters. I doubt they're vacuum cleaners.
Well, maybe I'm sorry, Ghostbusters fans out there, if I insulted you, but that shows you how much I know about the Ghostbusters franchise. So moving on, Toy Fair 2014, New York Toy Fair 2014.
There's a lot of stuff that happened this week, huh?
Oh yeah, basically, if you don't know what Toy Fair is, it's basically toy companies, I think pretty much all the major ones, including, of course, Lego, Mattel, and Hasbro, and I think a couple others as well, show off their upcoming toys for the year. So, of course, since Lego was there was a whole bunch of new sets that were shown there. Chima, Star Wars, Ultra Agents, and Marvel, and a couple other things as well. But, the Star Wars sets, some of them are, like we said before, a bit repetitive, like another AT-AT Walker, more spaceships that we don't need. And
Darn.
but
Go, Chima! I'm just kidding.
yeah, Chima
I'm joking.
this year looks yeah. If you're a Chima fan out there, I'm sorry, but I put that up there with Lego Friends in my dislike for Lego themes list. And this year it looks even stranger than the years before because now they've got like this giant elephant head on these little minifigure bodies. It's weird. And there's like this temple that has a bird head on it, and then you pick it up and the 2 pillars on the side tilt and it turns into a bird airplane. So it's like,
wow.
And the only thing I can compare this set to is the AT-AT Walker, and basically it's like that, but in blue, and instead of the AT-AT Walker head, it's an elephant head.
Wow.
It's like the elephant walker.
For your information, I'm a big Chima and Friends fan. You better be quiet.
No. Oh. Oh man.
No, those are like my two worst though. Actually, like not even joking.
Uh.
And not trying to be mean to anyone that does like that, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that they're both of them are like aimed towards like littler kids. So, and I think also the Lego Movie was aimed more towards little kids, and that's why they don't have as much of like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
Is because they want to include a lot of like city and stuff that
People
kids
be
are
more
gonna be
familiar with. Yeah. And, like you said, Lord of the Rings is a PG-13 film, and a lot of younger kids, although I do know of some, will not be watching those films. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't watch them till I was like 12 or 11 or something, but yeah. So,
Me neither. They're so amazing, though. I feel bad for them, for the kids that are not 12 or whatever.
yeah. But
I have one friend that's 11, and I keep telling her how amazing Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit is, and it's kind of saddening because she can't watch it, but she's like obsessed with Narnia. And Narnia is basically like a PG version of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But I love Narnia. I think Narnia is really cool. But I like Lord of the Rings even better.
Yeah.
And you know what's really weird is that she's actually allowed to watch Lord of the Rings before she's allowed to watch The Hobbit, which that's kind of... I don't know.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, I would have thought it'd be the opposite. I mean, The Hobbit was a little bit less than the Lord of the Rings, I guess, but...
A lot less, I thought. I mean, I guess the CGI, though, is a little more graphic than... But it's still, though, like...
Lord of the Rings was more hardcore and gritty, whereas The Hobbit was a little more, at least to me, more fantasy, more lighthearted a little bit, I guess, than Lord of the Rings was. It was like it's not as war-torn and stuff. But yeah,
that's true.
But anyway, and I guess Star Wars did have more screen time in the Lego Movie. Because I mean, the majority of them aren't PG-13 films, they're PG films. But still, the films themselves were kind of more marketed for older people. So I guess, the Lego themes, though, and Batman, because Batman, every kid wants to be Batman.
Yeah, I know. They really aim it towards kids, huh?
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
But anyway, we got... once again, we got off track, and we still haven't gotten to the topic.
I know, right. We should get to the topic quick, because I actually... at 5... I mean, I don't know if we'll be recording this long, but at 5:45, my time, I gotta go. So...
Okay.
Okay, let's get to the topic.
Okay, lots of... Wait.
Any more news?
Alright, let me just finish this out. If you want to see pictures from the toy fair, go to brickset.com or groovebricks.com, and you can find links there to see tons of pictures of the stuff there. So,
cool.
We'll get off the news now. Alright, the topic for this week is civility on the Lego internet. Basically, this is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna give a scenario, and it will be either this happens to you and what would you do, or if you were in that same position, what would you do? So kind of something like that. So scenario number 1. Well, first let me tell this story before we get into it. You may, if you've been keeping up with LEGO news for a while now, you may remember a couple months ago there was a LEGO Kosu incident involving Brick Queen, the well-known person on YouTube. Do you know of Brick Queen, Gabriel?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I like her videos, but I actually unsubscribed just because I can't keep up with everything she posts. It's almost like Brick Show TV. Like, there's like, you
so
check your
much
subscription
stuff.
feed and there's like 5 new videos.
I know.
I check back every once in a while to see if she has any more, like, cool mocks or anything, but all the reviews, I just, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Especially when you're subscribed to other reviewers like Brick Show TV and I don't know. There's a lot of them out there that they like post all the time, and I don't want to see 5 different reviews on the same set. I don't know. But I did see some of her older before she got banned from Kuso, her Kuso projects, and they look really nice.
Yeah.
And it's sad that she got banned from Kuso, because I did hear about that, a little bit about that.
Okay. Well,
it sounds really unfair.
I'm just gonna tell the story, I guess, about what I understood and from what I remember she's saying. But basically, she posted a LEGO project on Kosu involving one of the vehicles from the Jurassic Park films. I think pretty much in honor of the upcoming Jurassic Park film in 2015. But I think fairly soon after she did that, someone else posted the same vehicle. But of course it was different because it was from someone else. And then that person, I believe, if I got the story straight, stirred up a whole bunch of people to go essentially attack her by sending her messages like, you gotta take this set down and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. And she got flagged so many times that LEGO Kosu basically had to ban her because it was just too much chaos going on. So that's basically what I understood of the whole incident. And to be clear here, LEGO Kosu is not the direct LEGO company. It's a branch of the LEGO company. So if you were thinking, well, the LEGO company's an awful company, no, it was the Kosu branch of it. It was not the CEO of LEGO saying, get rid of this account. No, it was the branch of LEGO, not the direct LEGO company. So it was not essentially, I guess, LEGO's fault for banning her. It was the branch, the LEGO Kosu branch, which is run in Japan, I believe. It was their responsibility, and they were the ones who banned her. I guess to compare it, it would be like Marvel is owned by Disney, but Marvel can still do whatever they want to without Disney's consent. So that's basically what I'll compare it to. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So just because LEGO Kosu is owned by LEGO doesn't mean LEGO Kosu can't do whatever it wants. So yeah. So if you were thinking, now the LEGO company is this awful company that got rid of this person for no reason, it was the branch. It was a branch off from the LEGO company, not the direct LEGO company. I've said that a lot of times. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I was gonna say about that is, people don't, you listeners out there don't, if someone is genuinely, and you know it for a fact, doing something wrong that's going to harm someone, then yes, you need to take whatever steps you can to ensure that that doesn't happen with that person again. But if you're not so sure, and they, then I would just leave it alone. If it's really something really bad, then hopefully the company will take care of it in whatever way they need to. But don't go attacking people, especially if you don't know what they really did wrong. So I was gonna say that. So, but now going on to the scenarios. All right. Say someone leaves a comment on your video or your mock or whatever and says this is an awful creation you've made. You did this wrong and this wrong and this wrong. You should have done this and this and this. What steps, if any, would you do against that person?
Well, I don't know. It all depends, on exactly what they say. I think that I would try to almost say something back to them, like that kind of I don't know, made my channel seem even better, like kind of a backfire on them. But if they weren't actually stating what they didn't like and they were just cussing their head off, like they weren't actually saying, I really didn't like how you did this way or whatever, because even that actually happens sometimes. People say, that did not look good, you should have done it a different way, and I actually, if it's done it in a good way, I actually respect that. But if it was in the way that you were saying, like it's awful, I hate it, then I would say something back to them. But if they were, beep, 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 this is ridiculous, beep, 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 then I would probably just delete it.
Yeah.
So that no one saw it. And then it would keep my channel in a better standing with, people who are looking through my channel, looking through the comments, and like, oh my gosh, some people really hate this guy. I would just delete that comment from my channel.
Yeah. And I'll guess I'll say what I would do. If someone comments saying, this was the worst brick film I've ever seen before, I would comment saying, well, what would you do better in whatever scenario they gave, or something like that. But, like you were saying, if someone just keeps on cussing, then I would probably ban them from my channel, for one, and then delete the comment. Because, one, I don't want them to comment on my videos again with that kind of language, because, who knows, a 5-year-old might be surfing around on YouTube and pull up a video and they're like, they see something like that, and, which isn't good at all. I mean, so, I don't know, if they did that, what I would do is, one, I would tell them, don't do that again, and delete the comment, and then if that happened again by the same person, then I would ban them from my channel, so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah. I'd ban them too.
Yeah.
But I think it's a very thin line between constructive criticism and being just plain annoying.
Yeah.
On your channel, like if someone says, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell whether they're being nice and trying to help you out by saying this stuff about how they didn't like it, or if they're just trying to bag on you, or just trying to make themselves look better by saying what they didn't like about it.
Yeah. You know, I think one way to know if someone's being sincere about what they're saying is if they do have a compliment in there saying, like, you know, this was a great brick film, but you could have done this a little better.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, I think I've done that before, you know, saying, you know, that was good what you did here, but this could have used a little more work, but overall it was a great brick film. Something like that. I mean, you know, don't be a completely negative, you know. Say what you did like,
Yeah.
and say what you didn't like, but, you know, both in a nice way.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also, I might just write back to them and say, like, this is a way to just, you know, it's the basic backfire. You just say, "Love you too." It's like a phrase that when someone's like, "I hate this. This is terrible. What are you doing?" You just say, "Love you too." It's great. It's so fun because I mean, I guess this doesn't make sense with YouTube comments, but when you say it to someone like in real life, when they're being mean to you, and you just say it to them, then the reaction, like, they have nothing to say.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You just ruin whatever they were trying to say.
Yeah. So, alright, now I'm gonna change it. Say you come across a video or a mock on the interwebs, and it's not the quality you enjoy out of a brick film. It's not, you know, there's some places where it skips and the lighting keeps messing up, and it's a 4-year-old's voice talking through Gandalf, and, you know, the effects aren't really good. It looks like someone scribbled all over the paper, and, you know, you didn't really like it, to be honest. But, yeah, I mean, what would you do? Would you dislike the video and say, this is awful, stop making brick films? Or would you give a like and say that was a great brick film? Because if you do the first one, that's gonna upset them, but if you do the second one, then that gives them kind of a false sense of, wow, these are great brick films. So I mean,
it's like a kind of a Rebecca Black thing. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
That's like Rebecca Black. You know who that is, right?
No.
I'm not trying to bag on her or anything, but basically her parents told her that she was amazing at singing, and she's actually really, really bad. And so she's gotten extremely popular from terrible singing. And that's kind of like if you give it a like and say that was awesome, you know, whatever. So what I would do is I would probably, well, okay, I would give it a like, but the comment would be a lot different. I would say something like, you know, this was good for a first video, if it was their first video, or, I would say something like, I can see you put a lot of effort into this. And then I would say, you know, I think you should work on your lighting to make sure that it doesn't flicker, or, you know, whatever the problem may be. And then maybe even if they weren't subscribed to my channel, if it was just something I randomly found, you know, somewhere, I might just say, would you like to check out this video? This is something that I did, and you might learn something from it. Well, maybe not that. That sounds mean. But, you know, try to help them and say, you know, you have potential, but here's some things that you can work on.
Yeah. Yeah, I've come across some, brick films of that, quality. Um, in my earlier days, I would dislike them, but I normally didn't leave a comment. But, now I've gotten more conscious of that, and, I, I, if I like it, it goes on my page that I liked it, and then people are like, oh, that must be a good brick film, and they watch it, and they're like, no, it wasn't. So, I guess I probably wouldn't like it, one, because it'd go on my page, and two, because I really didn't like it. Yeah, if I don't enjoy it, I don't normally like anything like it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't dislike it if it's their first video, because then that might discourage the person from making future brick films. So...
Well, yeah, but, they wouldn't ever see who disliked it.
I know, but I mean...
Have enough likes, too, then they probably won't really care if they get one dislike.
Well, I mean, brick films like that, though, don't get too many views,
That's true.
And if you do dislike it, it's pretty drastic, I guess, for them. I mean, like, when I started posting brick films, I only had, like, maybe 20 views on my first video or something. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't dislike it so as not to discourage them, even though they wouldn't know. I would know I disliked it. But I might, leave a comment saying what they can improve on, and maybe links to other channels for help and stuff like that,
Cool.
Like,
that sounds good.
Yeah, like, hey, you could...
If we can, we should try to wrap this up, because I'm gonna eat Subway really soon, so...
Okay.
They just brought it home, so I'm kind of hungry, but anyway, we can, finish it up and everything, so...
Okay, alright. Well, that, dear listeners, was, what our thoughts were on civility on the internet. Let us know what you thought, and, stuff like that. So, Gabriel, if I've been meaning to say this at the end of every episode, but I've been forgetting, but I'll say it now. If people want to follow you on your Google Plus page or on YouTube, where should they go?
To my Google Plus page or my YouTube, right?
No, I mean, how should they find you? Like, search, like, what should they type in to search for?
Oh, well, if they're on YouTube, then, either way, actually, just type in Gabriel Clift, or this will only work for YouTube, but The Great Gabe 13 Films. I don't think it would show up on Google Plus, but if you search it on YouTube, The Great Gabe 13 Films, no caps, no spaces, then my videos will show up. And then, of course, you can always email me at gabeclift@gmail.com, or personal message me. But if you just to find me on YouTube or Google Plus, it's usually Gabriel Clift, or on YouTube, The Great Gabe 13 Films.
Okay. And if you want to watch my videos, do a YouTube search for Galactic Bricks, and my channel, I believe, is the first channel that shows up. If you want to follow me on Google Plus, just type in my name, Kanan May. That's CANAANMAY. And if you want to follow me on Tumblr, do a search for Galactic Films, I think. If that doesn't work, try Galactic Bricks, but I think it's Galactic Films. So, and if you want to follow me on Flickr, you type in either Galactic Bricks or Galactic Films, I believe, for a person search. So, yeah.
Wow, you are viral, huh? Flickr. Or YouTube, Google Plus. I don't know. I basically only have YouTube, Google Plus, and Gmail, and that's it as far as like social networking. But I'm fine with it. It's enough for me.
Oh yeah.
Sucks enough time out of my life that I don't need the Tumblr. But do you post stuff there?
I don't.
What is Tumblr?
Well, it's basically like a blog.
Oh, okay.
You can't really comment on it too much. You basically give it a like, or you can reblog it on your page. So basically, it's like a blog.
Okay.
So yeah, I've only got like one follower there currently, but I do post, and he does occasionally respond. So hey, if one person will respond, that's worth enough for me to do it. So yeah, and
Okay.
wait, final thing.
Oh.
I have the forum set up on the site for the radio show. That's LBAM radio.weebly.com. So you can go there and please join the forum. You can use your Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus page to log in. Or if you have a Weebly account, you can go through that as well. So please join that. And if you would like to get in touch with the show, please email me at lbambricks@gmail.com. That's lbambricks@gmail.com. Please note this podcast is not affiliated with the LEGO company in any way, shape, or form. The official LEGO website can be found at lego.com. Gabriel, it's been a long episode today, but finally wrapping it up.
Alright, good.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you for having me again, third time.
Alright,
I love being on the show. I'd gladly do it whenever you want me to, so. Yep.
well, thanks to all the listeners out there for listening. And this has been another edition of LBAM Radio. This is Kanan May signing out.
I'm living in a Lego house. I'm sitting in a Lego chair. I'm watching my Lego TV in my Lego underwear. And is it ever lumpy?